recently we made a tutorial on a very nice stitch. It's called crossed over rib, and during the video that I was making I was talking about how pretty that stitch would look in a hat or a beanie, and so people started asking, okay, when are you going to have it? So here it is. I am using number 4 yarn, and that is worsted yarn, and I am using size 9 US needles. These are circular, but they don't have to be. So what I did is that I casted on 89 stitches. Once I casted on my stitches, I started with purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and I ended with purl 1. And on the way back, I knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and I end with knit 2. So now I do 8 rows of ribbing. Whoops. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Once I do my rows of ribbing, I am going to start with the stitch. And what I want to do is that the first one, that one, I'm going to pass without knitting, knitwise, and then the next stitch I am going to knit from the front and from the back of that same stitch, and then that one that I passed goes over the last 2 stitches. Again, pass 1 knitwise without knitting, knit the next one from the front and from the back of the stitch. The one that you passed knitwise goes over the last 2. Again, pass 1 without knitting, knitwise, knit the next one from the front and from the back, and then that one goes over the last 2. So again, pass that one, the next front and back, that one goes over, pass 1 knitwise, knit front and back, and the one you passed goes over the last 2. And you continue with this stitch all the way to the end, and I'll see you when we get there because we need to add another stitch there. Okay, so I'm at the end, and what I want to do is pass, knit front and back, and pass that one over, but then I only have one left because we had odd number of stitches. So what I'm going to do is pass that one without knitting, and I'm going to pick up that loop that's right next to it, that one there underneath, and I'm going to kind of pull it. Now that one I am going to knit from the front and from the back, and that one that I passed goes over those 2. And now we have 90 stitches. Now row number 2 is going to be only purl, and you're going to repeat these 2 rows until you have 6.5 or 7 inches, and I will see you then. Okay, so now I have 7 inches from the start to where I left off, and I am going to start taking off stitches for the top of the hat. So what I want to do here is that I want to pass that one knit the front and the back of the next and pass that one over. So again, pass that one, knit from the front and from the back and pass that one over. And the next one, I am going to pass that one, knit only from the front the next one and pass that one over that one. So now I have 2, 2, 1. So let's do that again. I am going to pass that one, knit from the front and from the back of the next, pass that one over, and then pass that one, knit that one from the front and from the back, and then pass that one over. And on the third one, I'm going to pass, knit that one only from the front, and then pass that one over. So now I have 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. And you keep doing that all the way to the end of the row. Pass that one, knit front and back, pass that one over, pass, knit front and back, pass that one over, and then the next one I pass, knit only that one and pass that one over. And I'll see you at the end of that row. The next row you're going to only purl. Okay, after the first takeoff row I ended up with 75 stitches and then I purl. This is the second takeoff row. What I want to do is the regular stitch, pass one, knit one from the front and from the back, and pass those over too. Now on the next one you want to pass one, knit the next two normal knitting, knit two, and then the one that you passed goes over those two stitches. Let's do that again. You're going to it's going to be alternated, 1 and 1. So pass one, knit front and back, pass that one over those two, and then the next one you're going to pass one, knit 2 stitches, and the first one goes over the last one. Let's repeat that again. So the first one is pass one, knit one front and back, and that one goes over the last two, and the next stitch you're going to pass one, knit 2 stitches, and that one goes over those two. And you do that all the way to the end of the row and then come back with only purl. Okay, after the second takeoff row I ended with 60 stitches and then I purled back. Now third takeoff row, which is only done on the right side, pass one, knit from the front and from the back, pass the first one over those two, and then on the next stitch pass one, knit the next one only from the front and pass that one over. And this is going to be the repetition to the end of the row. Let's do that again. Pass one, knit from the front and from the back of the next, and the one that you passed goes over those two. And then the next stitch, pass one, only knit from the front and then pass that one over. So they're alternated, 2, 1, 2, 1. Let's do that again. Pass that one, knit that one from the front and from the back, pass that one over those two, and then pass, knit from the front only, and pass that one over the last one. So, and now you do that all the way to the end of the row, and you come back with purl. Okay, the third time we took off, we ended up with 45 stitches, then we purled back, and this is the fourth time we take off. So we are going to pass that one, and then we are going to knit 2 stitches and pass that one over those 2. And we're going to repeat that all the way to the end of the row. Let's do that again. Pass that one, knit 2 stitches, and pass that one over those 2. Again, pass that one, knit those 2 stitches, and pass that one over those 2. And you're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. And on the way back, you're going to purl. Pass that one, and I'll see you when on the next takeoff row. So now we have only 30 stitches, and the next takeoff row, we're going to pass one, knit only from the front, regular knitting, and pass that one over. And we're going to repeat that the whole row. Pass one, knit one, and pass over. Pass one, knit one, and pass over. Pass one, knit one, and pass over. And then on the way back, we're going to just purl. Pass one, knit one, and pass over. And I'll see you when I come back. Okay, so now I have only 15 stitches, and what I want to do is pass that one, knit the next 2 stitches, and pass that one over. Again, pass that one, knit the next 2 stitches, and pass that one over. Pass, knit 2, and that one over those 2. Pass, knit 2, and pass that one over those 2. Pass, knit 2, and pass that one over those 2. So now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stitches, and I am going to purl back. Okay, so I'm on the last takeoff row. I have 10 stitches, and on the last one I am going to pass that one, knit one, and pass that one over. Pass, knit, and pass 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 over. So now I'm cutting my yarn, and I am going to take my needle, my blunt needle, and I want to pass those stitches through the needle. There we go. The needle through the stitches. So now I have my 5 stitches secure, and I'm going to go over that part again just to make sure they're okay. And then on the inside I'm going to make a little piece in there. I'm going to make a small knot just to make sure. Okay, so now with this yarn I am going to be sewing from here all the way to where the ribbing is, and then I use the beginning yarn to sew the ribbing up to there. So like that, I don't have any knots anywhere, and I'll come back when I sew that. So I'm taking from one side the very edge from one side and from the other. Now I come here and I go from that knot to that next one there. So turn your hat a little, turn your edge so you can see the inside. And now I am going to pass that one toward the inside of the hat so I can make a knot later. There we go. And now we're going to sew the ribbing part. And here we are. We're right there. And we're going to go from that knot to, because this is supposed to look like a purl side, so go from that edge purl to the next, and that from that purl to the next. So you come in where you took off the last time, and you go from that side to the, so you go in and out on the same side. So in on this side, out here, in on this side and out here, in on this side and out here, and that's how you sew side to side, so it looks pretty. And so where we left off on the other yarn. So let's go from that to the bottom. And now we have a nice finish, see? And that is the seam. Let's see where it is. That's the seam right there. And now we're going to make a knot with these two and then weave in the ends, and that's it. And thank you very much for watching. Please share us with your friends and like our page and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So this is the way it looks. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to take some pictures, and I will see you next time.